What's good, people? Welcome to the Chronicles of Culture podcast. My name's Connor F. Davies, and this week I sat down with Lisha, aka Gingey, to discuss what it's like to be a part of the house dance scene, both behind and in front of the camera, all whilst maintaining her beliefs through Christianity. Let's have a look.
So I'm Lisha, or Gingey, if you know me as that. I'm a dancer, but also a photographer, videographer, and a producer as well for the dance scene. And main style, I would go house and then maybe like pop in after.
Within house, how do you go about your training? Are there certain drills or tracks that you take to keep you in touch with the style?
So anything with training, it's kind of shifted throughout the years. Okay. So I've been training I would say consistently for house now for 3 years, going on 4. And my mentor Troy, he gives me a lot of different methods and practices to go through. The main one for me, I can say right now, is that everything is coming from the music. So in any style, the music is the most important, of course, but especially for house, the music has to come before anything else. Right. So I spend a lot of time finding different tracks, finding different styles of house music. I'm trying at the minute to work around as well, not dancing on house music. Okay. Practicing house dance, not on house music, because it's good for a lot of battles are taking the all style route now. So it's kind of you have to shift with whatever the scene is shifting with. But yeah, it's definitely based on the music. I spend a long time listening to house music, looking for new house music, and that trains then the ear for musicality, which, for most house dancers, that is a big focus point. So
could you describe, for anyone that doesn't know, when you're looking for a house track, what exactly makes it a house track? What do you look for?
Ooh. What makes it a house track? Well, there's certain, for each style of dance with the music that corresponds to it, there's obviously a certain BPM that goes to each one. So the BPM can be sometimes a giveaway. Obviously there's different genres of house music that can slow it down, speed it up, etc. In terms of what I'm gonna speak on what I look for in a house track is you're looking obviously for that bass that's gonna stay consistent, any bass line of the track that will stay consistent. I really like heavy bass in a track, but I really like broken beat music, and that is that can be any beat pattern and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I just like a track in general, not even with just house music, that has a distinctive sound throughout the track. I think it's really important when you're dancing on music that you're obviously showing what the music is saying. And when a track has something super distinctive to it, or a specific instrument that might not be used or anything like that, I usually train on trains like that. And I really like orchestral kind of sounds. Yeah. So any track that has that on, I'm here for it. So,
happy days. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Ooh. I used to dance house when I was younger, because I come from a comp background. Okay. So I used to dance it a lot when I was younger. I feel this first style that everyone teaches when they teach comp teams. So I used to dance it when I was younger, and then I went more into hip hop. And then when I was in uni at Shockout, I was brought back to it as soon as I started the hip hop course, because I really like that type of music as well. And at the time I was really into clubbing and stuff like that as well. So that's obviously
as students are.
That's a massive a massive part of it as well. So the culture around house dance is there's so much variation to it. There's so much history behind it as well, and I have to give obviously praise to Troy, of course. He took me on and mentored me, and he's played a massive part in me coming back into house dance. But the scene is what draws me back. The culture in house dance is just unless you, it's one of them if you know kind of thing. But it still has that club feeling to it.
The atmosphere.
Even if you're not clubbing,
Yeah.
even if you're like not drinking, not there for anything like that, like it still holds that intention anywhere that you find it.
As a party.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not even a party person like that anymore. But like, but I don't know. It for me, like, it's controversial maybe, but like it's the one style that's kept like its true essence, like the most, I would say.
Right.
Like it's so obviously it becomes like watered down a little bit as time goes on and everything.
But when you compare it to hip hop and the changes that hip hop has come through over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's just like when you're talking about authenticity to like its history and the style, just house dance like just trumps them all for me, and that draws me in because that's what I look for in this culture. You know, everyone's looking for the authentic side of it. You want to be involved in this. It's not going to be the same as when it was made, but it's as close as I would say so.
So obviously, like you said, you were a Sharkout student for some time.
Yeah.
Can you explain your journey throughout Sharkout? What courses did you take? What was your favourite?
The courses that I took, so I started Sharkout in 2020.
Okay.
And around that time. I was there for 5 years.
Okay.
So I started with their commercial dance course for 2 years. But they then introduced the hip hop course, and they introduced it to the students that were there, but also obviously they advertised it. So then when they set on creating it, the first year that it was created was the year that I joined it.
Okay.
So I was part of the first cohort of what is the hip hop vernacular street dance course now. So then I did that for 2 years as well. So I completed the street dance course, and then I did my master's degree there as well. So I did like 3 different courses. So that's like the journey of it. Started when I was 18. I'm now like 24. I was there for a long time, and it really it just shaped like everything differently.
Okay.
Like completely differently.
For the better?
Yes. Yeah. And it was hard. And there's stuff that like I would say throughout the years, like I've changed so many times of what I thought I was going to do and what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go with it.
Yeah.
But like, before Sharkout, like, DCD didn't exist. I wasn't doing house like that. I wasn't even doing street dance like that realistically. And it just gave me like so many opportunities in the hip hop. I'm gonna be like honest, the hip hop course is what changed everything for me.
Right.
Like that middle part of like being on the hip hop course is what completely like reshaped just everything for me.
We know you not just as a dancer, but as you said, photographer, videographer, producer, editor, right?
Yeah.
So how do you keep those two aspects, both dance and camera work, linked? And also are there times where you feel like you should keep them separate?
Well, I usually like shoot 4 dancers, 4 dance events. So it's pretty easy to do that when that's kind of what you are filming or focused on. I've started to like broaden up a little bit. Broaden up? Whatever that means.
Broaden the horizons.
Broaden my horizons, you could say, and started to film a lot more different things now. But obviously for a while when I started, I was only doing like dance related stuff.
Is that because you had like a lot of people wanting dance filmed?
Do you know what? No, not even, because there's so many like dance videographers and photographers. And shout out the dance videographers and photographers from the UK, because like unmatched in my opinion. I started doing it. I didn't even start doing it. Let me just say that. Luke from the Capsule, who obviously everyone knows, so no introduction needed. He is the one that encouraged me, because originally I was taking photos at dance events with, my crew, my people, everything like that. And, you start one of them like fake Instagram pages or private pages, you upload the photos, everyone wants them, you make it go public. And then Luke was the one that encouraged me to look into more like photography stuff. And he's probably the reason I literally bought my like first camera. And then as soon as I did that, I did photography for a while, and then I started to do video, but I think it's really important. I think there isn't now because there's so many of us that dance and do that as well. But I think it's very important to have people in the media side of it that are also dancers, because no one knows how to capture dancers like other dancers.
Yeah.
You know what you would want out of a video or pictures for an event. You know like movement patterns and qualities that look good on camera. You know like conceptual things for camera based on dance. So I just think it was really important that we were having, it's good to have people that like maybe don't dance in it as well, but I think it's really important to have that understanding. It's a different level of understanding that I feel like people who don't dance wouldn't quite grasp as much. So that's really like how it linked, to be honest, is that I understand how to capture dance because I know
how to dance.
Well, essentially, like, you know, do I try and keep them separate sometimes? Unintentionally, yes. There's been times where like I've let training take a back seat and focused on the filming. There's been times where I've upped my training and like decreased on the filming and pictures and stuff. But I don't think one has to exist without the other. It's just hard to maintain two different fields at the same time.
But you're doing it so well.
I mean,
you are.
I don't know.
You gotta own that. You gotta own it.
It's hard. It's hard. But you know, DCD is. I keep calling it DCD. If everyone knows, it's Digicam Diaries.
Digicam Diaries.
You know, it's a passion first, and I think everything should be like that. Everything should be a passion before it's a job. Do you know what I mean? And they say like anything that is a passion or anything you love never becomes a job. So yeah, it's growing. It's a difficult thing to navigate because there's times where I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I could just do like just photography and videography full time. But like I said, like one doesn't have to exist without the other. It's never going to be a field where there's too many people. There's always enough events, always enough work to go around, and everyone that I've encountered in the UK scene, especially that does videography, photography, is more than willing to help anyone.
If you don't mind, I'd like to talk about religion. Do you think your faith as a Christian influences your dance style?
I think me being a Christian influences everything that I do. It influences everything, and it's like where my identity is as well. I think it influences my dance, but not as much as I would like it to. Because it's obviously a bit of it's not really a topic that circulates throughout the dance scene that much, as far as I'm aware.
Not yet.
It is starting to now, which is good, but I think so it's not really like necessarily brought up a lot. So it was, I think for me, I didn't really know how to connect my dance with that part of my identity, but I think it starts to happen naturally anyway. And with house dance, like there's this spiritual like essence that people talk about with house dance, and I think I've experienced that like maybe once. I don't think I tap in enough for that, if I'm being honest. And I'm a very internal dancer as well, so I wouldn't say like it's necessarily expressive enough that people would feel that energy, but I felt it from a lot of people as well. So I think of course it's influenced my dance like naturally, but I would like it to influence it a lot more in terms of like everyone talks about identity in dance, and like in Christianity we talk about identity in Christ as well, and those for me shouldn't be separate. Like, and I'm starting to recently be much more expressive about my faith and about like being a Christian, and I think that's good because I'm not very good at like representing my personality in my dance, and I'm starting to do that now a bit more. So I think this will be like hopefully the switch for me to do that. But Yeah, I think it has and it hasn't. I think it's influenced less my dance, more my like position in the scene.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm being much more open now about that. Obviously, in the dance scene, like it's come as you are, you know. It's come as you are, and it's so many different cultures and faiths and religions and people and countries and ethnicities in the dance scene that there's so much to talk about. Like it's not going to be like a pivotal conversation for some people, but for some people it might be. And I can only speak on my own experience, and I know that since I have been more vocal about my faith, I've had a lot more people question about it, and a lot more people have had conversations, and that's what I want. Like, that's part of being a Christian, is like, you know, you're speaking about your own experience, you speak about your own testimony, and you don't know what that's going to open up for some people. You also don't know if, like, it might be that people just have the questions and then they never speak about it again, and they might not even think about it again when they see. But I think for me personally, like, one of the first things I want people to understand or see when they see me is like something that in Christianity we call fruits of the Spirit. Okay. And it's really important for me that like I'm focusing on them and putting them across. And so
fruits of the Spirit, what does that mean?
So it's like I suppose you could say it's like your values. Okay. As well, and like how you present yourself basically. And you know, it's very important to me that like my faith is a very like prominent thing in my life. You know, I want it to be a case of like, if you know me, you know what I stand for, you know, like the thing. But it's not like it doesn't have to, it's not every conversation like has to be about that, but I think it's good that it's generating conversation.
How do you think it's best to integrate your worship and your praise into your dance style?
In terms of how I would use dance as praise and worship, I think right now, because I'm still working through both, I'm still working in my dance and I'm still
like finding yourself.
I'm still working on my faith. I'm working like being a Christian, and it's the only answer I can give you right now is that as long as I feel that everything I'm doing creatively, I'm putting like before Christ first. So like I'm putting it to the Lord first. I'm putting it before the Lord, for Him. Then I feel like I'm using it as praise, you know. And I believe that I have been given this, whatever anyone wants to call it, a skill, talent, whatever it is, in terms of dance.
This passion.
Yeah, I've been given that, you know, by the Lord. I've been given that. I've been put into this industry to be used as a tool for something. Now, I can't tell anyone what that is right now because I don't know myself. But for what I believe in, I've been put in this like industry to be used as a tool for something. Whether that's to generate conversations in New Gen about Christianity and dance, whether it's just that like one person asks me a question about like faith and dance. I can't tell you what it is, but I know that I'm being used for that reason. So I give my dance like to the Lord every time.
What do you hope to see in the future for the house scene, for Digicam Diaries, for your faith? What do you want? What would you like to happen? What do you wish to happen in the future? And how are you going to work towards that?
I hope it continues for how it's going right now. I think there's a lot of new gen that are like gonna absolutely take over the scene, but I hope that the new gen still talk to people from the old gen. I think that is so important.
Fact.
Like it can't be separated out too much. Like
there's a reason the OGs are the OGs.
Yeah,
100%.
And it's just different times that you have to, as a dancer, like it's your responsibility to know the history of the scene. Whatever style you're in, or just in general, you have to know the history. And unless you're speaking to these people, and these people are not going to be like in the scene forever, you know? So you have to find a way to learn the history and learn these people's accounts of like the history.
The whole thing of you need to respect those that came before you, whilst also building what's about to come
exactly.
as well. Okay.
And I'm not worried about the building part. Like, everyone's building something, and it's going in a good direction. But yeah, I think it has to keep like evolving, but also paying like homage to the history. So I definitely want that for the scene. For myself, I would like to obviously push the producing a bit more. The scene needs more producers. You hear it from everyone. The scene needs more producers, so I'm hoping that I can push that and then hopefully create some good stuff that the scene will benefit from. To get there, the work is working, you know? But I'm really in like a research point of my career at the minute right now. Like, I just want to learn everything and research into everything. So I'm in a good position for that right now. Yeah.
It's that research period where like you need to get your head down before you can move forward.
Exactly. For DCD, I want to make an impact. Yeah. And I want to move into like documentary and filmmaking, especially within the scene. So I want to push that more, but what I want for Digicam Diaries is for the root of it to always be the same. Yeah. Always be the same. You know, it started as archiving photos of the scene, and I want it to stay in that archive sense of it. And to do that, I'm going to do what I've always done. Like, I'm going to be at every event. I'm going to be with my camera. I'm going to be in your face, taking pictures. But when these people become OGs of whatever time they're from, they will appreciate that. The one thing I hear from the OGs that I've spoken with or been lucky enough to spoken with is that they wish that like more of it had been archived. Okay. For now. Yeah. For us. And obviously facilities, like there's no excuse right now for things not to be archived. Yeah. And then in a faith, I just want to keep going with where I'm at. I'm in a good position right now with my faith. Like, I give thanks to God for that always. But more fellowship, more conversations, all of that within that. And I just hope that I can like bring everything else into my faith as well. So that's where I'm at. So
possibilities are endless. Yeah.
100%. And you just have to act like the advice that I took from people and that I would give to anyone, and I do give to anyone like given the chance, is you have to like ask things. You have to ask. I hear so many people like just in general conversations be like, I would love to do this, but. Yeah. And I'm like, you just have to ask. Like, honestly, you actually have to ask.
You're taking it back, innit? Take it back to if you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. So, and like I think people would be surprised how much like other people appreciate help or shadowing or assisting or anything like that. And I know we're in a space right now as well in the industry where like money is a big topic of like doing free work and doing unpaid work and things for exposure. And I think it's something to consider. Like, it's not something that should be shut down straight away. But I also think like some of the best like experiences or jobs that I've done have been like when I've asked someone if I can assist them for free. Yeah. It's like it's changed like the trajectory of some things.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to build like these relationships, communications with people, and like you don't have to be a big name to do that.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
No, facts, 100%.
Like I think we get stuck in this big name thing, or like a person in the scene. Yeah. If you're
there was
dancing
always-
in the scene, you're in the scene.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
But you need to, like, everyone needs to realise is that big name in the scene started out the exact same as everyone else.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're a big name, but they weren't always one.
No, exactly.
So,
and
100%.
I think on that question of like what I want for the scene is for people to contribute. Everyone needs to contribute something. If you're not making an impact in the scene.
You're just there.
Yeah,
you know?
You have to. It's not even that you're just there, but you can't take from something and not give back to it. And I think like people are doing that. I'm not saying that people aren't doing that, but I think people can contribute more, and we can all contribute like creativity or art or make things or whatever. But people have to contribute. You have to give back to the scene, because if you just take from it, eventually like it just becomes something that like it wasn't.
Yeah. Lisha, aka Gingey, make some noise. Thank you very much.
I don't know why I didn't get that originally, but yeah, amazing.
I've just worked so much. I just
no. I really, but if you want to book me for 2026, I am free.
DMs are open now.
Yes, for sure.